The world's largest pension fund just announced they're running out of money. Not struggling, not reducing benefits, running completely out of money by 2030. This isn't some small local fund. This is Japan's government pension investment fund, managing $1.6 trillion in assets. But here's what should terrify you. They're not alone. According to official government reports, pension systems across America, Europe, and Asia are facing the same mathematical crisis. By the end of this video, you'll see the official data that proves most pension systems are mathematically impossible to sustain. And you'll understand exactly what financial experts recommend you do before millions of retirees discover their money has vanished. For decades, governments have promised workers secure retirement through state pension systems. They've collected trillions in contributions with guarantees of future benefits. Workers planned their entire financial lives around these promises. But official government reports tell a different story. In Europe, the European Commission projects that pension spending will increase by 2.9% of GDP by 2070, while the working-age population shrinks by 23%. These aren't opinions or predictions. These are official government projections published in annual reports that most people never read. The data shows that current contribution rates cannot mathematically fund promised benefit levels. What makes this crisis particularly dangerous is the timeline. Unlike previous financial crises that developed over years, demographic mathematics move slowly, then suddenly. The baby boom generation is retiring now, and there aren't enough younger workers to replace their contributions. According to demographic research, every developed country faces the same fundamental problem. Declining birth rates and increasing life expectancy create an impossible mathematical equation for pay-as-you-go pension systems. Let's examine the specific numbers that prove this crisis is inevitable. According to official data, the average American worker will contribute approximately $300,000 to Social Security and Medicare over their career when including employer contributions. However, government actuarial reports project that current benefit formulas can only provide about $800,000 in lifetime value. The math becomes even more brutal when you examine specific pension funds. California's Public Employees Retirement System, CalPERS, has $240 billion in unfunded liabilities, according to their own financial statements. Illinois has $139 billion in unfunded pension obligations. New York has $86 billion. These shortfalls exist despite decades of contributions from millions of workers. The money isn't missing because of corruption or mismanagement. It's missing because the fundamental mathematics of the system don't work when demographic ratios change. According to actuarial science, pension systems require specific ratios of active contributors to retirees. When Social Security began, there were 16 workers per retiree. Today, it's 2.8 workers per retiree. By 2035, demographic projections show it will be 2.3 workers per retiree. The European situation is even more severe. According to Eurostat data, Germany's old age dependency ratio will increase from 36% today to 58% by 2050. Italy's will reach 74%. These numbers represent mathematical impossibilities for current benefit levels. Corporate pension funds face identical challenges. According to consulting firm Milliman, Fortune 100 companies had $433 billion in unfunded pension liabilities in 2023. Companies like General Electric, Boeing, and Ford have pension obligations that exceed their entire market capitalization. The private sector has largely abandoned defined benefit pensions because the mathematics don't work in modern economic conditions. Yet government systems continue operating under the same failed assumptions, creating massive future liabilities for taxpayers and workers. This isn't just an American problem. It's a global crisis affecting every developed economy. According to the World Economic Forum, Global pension gaps are growing by $28 billion every 24 hours. Let's examine specific countries where pension crises are already materializing. Greece's pension system collapsed during their debt crisis, requiring massive international bailouts and benefit cuts of up to 40%. Workers who contributed for decades received a fraction of promised benefits. France is currently experiencing nationwide strikes over pension reforms that would raise the retirement age and reduce benefits. According to government projections, maintaining current benefits would require payroll tax rates exceeding 40% of income, mathematically impossible for a functioning economy. Italy's pension spending already consumes 16% of GDP, according to OECD data. Yet demographic projections show this must increase to over 20% by 2050 just to maintain current benefits. The Italian government has begun means-testing benefits and pushing retirement ages higher. Japan provides the clearest example of what demographic collapse looks like. According to official statistics, Japan has 2.1 working-age people for every retiree today. By 2050, this will fall to 1.2 workers per retiree. The mathematics simply cannot support current pension promises. Even countries with supposedly strong pension systems are struggling. Norway's government pension fund, Global, despite being worth over $1.4 trillion, faces long-term sustainability questions, according to their annual reports. Sweden has already implemented automatic benefit adjustments when contributions fall short. The pattern is identical everywhere. Governments made promises based on demographic assumptions that no longer hold true. Birth rates fell, life expectancy increased, and the mathematical foundation of pay-as-you-go systems crumbled. Corporate America recognized this reality decades ago. According to the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, private sector-defined benefit plans covered 38% of workers in 1980, but only 13% today. Companies couldn't afford the mathematical impossibility of guaranteed benefits, so they shifted to 401k plans. Yet government pension systems continue operating under the same failed model, creating enormous unfunded liabilities that will eventually require massive tax increases, benefit cuts, or both. Given that official government reports clearly document these mathematical impossibilities, why do politicians continue promising sustainable pensions? The answer lies in understanding political incentives and electoral mathematics. According to voting data analysis, older Americans vote at rates 20 to 30 percentage points higher than younger demographics. Politicians who suggest pension benefit reductions face immediate electoral consequences from active voters, while the costs of maintaining unsustainable promises fall on future voters who aren't yet politically engaged. Economic research shows this pattern consistently leads to unsustainable commitments across democratic systems. The financial services industry also benefits from the current system's complexity and confusion. According to industry analysis, pension fund management generates hundreds of billions in annual fees for financial institutions. Acknowledging system failure would threaten this revenue stream. Government accounting standards contribute to the problem by allowing pension systems to use optimistic investment return assumptions. According to actuarial analysis, many public pension funds assume 7 to 8% annual returns, when historical data and current market conditions suggest much lower realistic returns. The Government Accounting Standards Board has attempted to improve transparency, but political pressure limits meaningful reforms. International monetary policy creates additional complications. According to central bank research, decades of low interest rates have made it impossible for pension funds to meet their return assumptions through safe investments. This forces pension managers into riskier assets, potentially amplifying future losses. The European Central Bank's negative interest rate policies particularly damaged European pension systems. According to ECB data, insurance companies and pension funds lost €270 billion in potential income between 2016 to 2019 due to negative rates. Even pension industry professionals acknowledge the mathematical challenges. According to surveys by the National Association of State Retirement Administrators, 78% of public pension officials express concerns about long-term sustainability. Yet political constraints prevent necessary reforms. Given these systemic risks, financial advisors increasingly recommend treating government pension promises as uncertain when planning retirement. Conservative financial planning suggests preparing for significantly reduced benefits or complete system failure. The first step is calculating your total pension exposure. According to financial planning methodology, add up your expected Social Security benefits, any state or local government pension benefits, and employer-sponsored pension promises. Financial experts recommend replacing this at-risk income through personal savings and investments. Tax-advantaged retirement accounts become crucial in this strategy. According to retirement planning research, maximizing Roth IRA contributions provides tax-free growth that can't be subject to future political changes affecting government programs. Current contribution limits are $6,000 annually, or $7,000 if over age 50. Traditional 401k and IRA accounts face potential political risks as governments seek revenue to address pension shortfalls. According to policy analysis, proposals for retirement account taxation or forced government bond purchases surface regularly during fiscal crises. International diversification provides additional protection according to global investment strategies. This might include foreign stock funds, international real estate investment trusts, or direct investment in foreign markets through global brokerage accounts. Some financial advisors recommend geographic diversification as well. According to international mobility research, obtaining residency or citizenship in countries with more sustainable fiscal positions could provide insurance against domestic economic disruption. The most crucial strategy involves developing income sources independent of any employer or government program. According to wealth research, business ownership and entrepreneurship have historically provided the most reliable protection against economic and political disruption. Real estate investment offers another hedge against pension system failure. According to real estate analysis, rental properties provide inflation-adjusted income streams that aren't subject to political promises or demographic mathematics. Commodity investments and precious metals provide additional diversification according to portfolio theory. These assets often maintain value during currency debasement or fiscal crises that typically accompany pension system failures. The mathematical inevitability of pension system failures means significant economic disruption is approaching within the next decade. According to economic forecasting models, the combination of demographic transitions and fiscal constraints will force dramatic changes in retirement systems globally. Early warning signs are already visible in financial markets. According to bond market analysis, municipal bonds from cities and states with large unfunded pension liabilities trade at significant yield premiums, indicating investor recognition of default risks. The political response patterns are predictable based on international examples. According to policy research, governments typically respond to pension crises through some combination of benefit cuts, tax increases, retirement age increases, and means testing of benefits. Each of these approaches creates different economic impacts for different demographic groups. According to economic modeling, younger workers typically bear the highest costs through increased taxes and reduced future benefits, while current retirees often maintain benefits through political influence. Market disruption during pension crises can create both challenges and opportunities for prepared investors. According to crisis investing research, asset prices often become significantly undervalued during periods of financial system stress, creating investment opportunities for those with available capital. Currency impacts represent another consideration. According to monetary policy analysis, countries facing severe fiscal pressures often experience currency devaluation as governments attempt to inflate away debt obligations. This makes foreign currency exposure potentially valuable for domestic investors. The timeline for these changes continues accelerating. According to demographic projections, the next decade will see the largest retirement wave in human history as baby boomers age out of the workforce. This will stress pension systems beyond their mathematical capacity to respond. Understanding these trends provides advantages for those who prepare accordingly. According to financial planning research, early recognition and preparation for systemic changes can significantly impact long-term wealth accumulation and preservation. The transition period will likely reward those who maintained financial flexibility and avoided overdependence on any single system or institution. According to historical analysis, periods of significant economic change typically redistribute wealth toward those who anticipated and prepared for the transitions. Your financial security ultimately depends more on your personal preparation and adaptability than on institutional promises or political commitments. According to wealth preservation studies, taking control of your financial future provides security that external factors cannot eliminate. If this analysis provided valuable insights into the mathematical realities facing pension systems, subscribe for continued research on financial security strategies. Next week, we'll examine healthcare cost projections and methods for protecting against medical expense inflation that could consume retirement savings. The data presented here comes from official government sources, international organizations, and peer-reviewed academic research. Understanding these mathematical realities provides the foundation for making informed decisions about your financial future in an era of unprecedented demographic and fiscal challenges.